absolutely convinced that you people, all of us, have heard so many words this last beautiful Advent season, and then the culmination of Advent, beautiful couple of days that we have just experienced. I feel that we're inundated and maybe overwhelmed with so many words and songs and prayers. But we got to say a little bit about Holy Family, okay? Just a little bit, okay? Well, first of all, very dear friend of mine, one of our priests needs a kidney transplant. So when he told me that, being a Christian, I offered him one of my kidneys. I thought I made a good gesture, and he says, "You're too damn old, Joe." And I said, even though I'm old, wouldn't you like to have an old, beautiful, romantic Italian kidney in your body? He says, "You're too damn old." And anyway, I checked it with my doctor, and a very good friend. Wonderful. All my doctors are always good. And I said, "What do you think, Doc?" I said, should I offer to give my friend a kidney? And he says, "Joe, you're too damn old." Anyway, I wish him luck. I remember when I was a kid and we were celebrating the Feast of the Holy Family. Our pastor was Monsignor Burke, wonderful holy man. Maybe I can attribute some of my vocation to him. And so he celebrated Mass that day, and then we all went home, and my mother was sitting at the head of the table like she usually does, and my dad at the other side, and the rest of the 9 of us around the table. And my mother suggested, I think it might be a good idea that we really listen to Monsignor Burke, Walsh, and like he said, we should all try to be holy families. So I think we should try to be holy families and be patient with each other and be charitable to each other. And we all agreed. Well, that lasted about 6.5 minutes. Nobody in my family is ever going to be canonized by the church. We had, like every family, we had our ups and downs. We had our arguments. We could argue 3 or 4 or 5 hours whose fault it was that the Red Sox lost, you know? Superficial situations and questions. But you know, we always came back to kind of trying to be nice. And like our old pastor and my mother and my father, we just keep trying. We had to just keep trying. And that's what we did. We had good days, we had bad days. We had discussions. If something had to be resolved, a lot of us kids would try to come to the resolution. And usually my father, good old Pasquale, you know, and he would more or less wrap it all up and say, "This is what we're going to do," whether we liked it or not, but okay. So we just kept trying, And I think that's all Jesus asks of us. Nobody is perfect. And, you know, when I heard our old pastor saying how perfect the Holy Family was, I don't know, I have some questions. Why did the boy disobey his parents and stay in Jerusalem? You can take that home and think about it. And he's human, right? If the incarnation didn't really happen, and if the Son of God didn't become human, then we better do some questioning. But they were human. Human beings make mistakes. Human beings lose their patience and their temper, right? But overall, I guess they all did, the 3 of them did the will of God. And whether they're human and they made mistakes, etc. It all came down to the final analysis of doing the will of God. And that's all we're expected to do in our families. Just keep trying. There's one regret that I have. We all have regrets. But most of my ministry in these past 60 years was always being alone in a parish. For instance, I was a pastor in Boulder City for 30 years. I didn't have any associate, didn't need an associate. So I think in those 30 years, I got home for Christmas 0. And I think in the last 60 years, I may have celebrated Christmas with my family maybe 3 times. Now, I think maybe if I made a greater effort and really tried to get a substitute, maybe it would have worked out, but very difficult to get a substitute when you're in Boulder City for 30 years. And somebody to leave their parish on a Christmas or Easter or Holy Week and take my place. So the lesson, and now, I mean, it's 9 of them are gone. It's too late to worry about that regret. So I suggest to you, make sure family is a priority. Try to heal all the little problems that we have in our families. Nobody's different from anybody else. Everybody has a little something in our families to heal. But don't let it go on for years and years and years. And that's why we celebrate Holy Family this weekend. Just to kind of remind us that even though we're not perfect, we search and we strive to be more perfect each day. Okay? Now, I said I was going to give a short homily. That was a short homily, wasn't it? And don't be so happy about it either. Then it's not going to be like that all the time.